All right. Do I look presentable, guys? Do I look presentable? I don't know. I got my Snuggie on, you know? Becoming comfy, becoming comfy, you relaxing, just woke up. Grand rising to all, good afternoon, good night, whatever time you're watching this. I'm not sure what today's topic is gonna be about, but I kind of just wanted to turn on the camera and talk to you guys. And also show off my hair, you know? I'm almost 3 years locked. I would say in 22 days, I'll be 3 years locked. I don't know if I said 2 years, but 3 years. I'll be 3 years locked. This journey has been insane. I have went through the craziest stages with these locks, man. Craziest stages, bro. So, I have my journal here with me. I also have my iPad, you know. I don't really have anything important on the iPad, more so with the journal. So I'm just gonna flip through my pages and see if I can find something to talk to you guys about. I do want to talk about this healing stage that I have been in, this healing era in a way. I have never been more serious about an era before until this year. I have endured the craziest amount of trauma over the years, and it all eventually piled up on me one day. And it made me realize how crazy life is, like how crazy my life is, how crazy my story is. And I'm always ready to tell certain people about my story. I feel very eager to tell them about it because I want them to get an insight on how that built me. Depending on how they listen, you know, a lot of people take trauma dumping, they take it in a certain way, but I want them to take it in my way. Like, that's how you understand somebody. That's how you understand where they come from, the things that they've been through, how it built them, you know, how it shaped them over time. I don't know, trauma is one of the most horrific things, but also the most beautiful. Now look, let me explain. So, yes, trauma is horrible. It is. But if you look at it the right way and you deal with it the right way over time, it eventually becomes beautiful to you. Well, at least it became beautiful to me because it made me into this. I used to struggle a lot with opening up, with getting comfortable with someone. I still struggle with overthinking till this day. It's something that I am working on. Self-love, I still don't have that yet. There's a lot of things that I still carry, but it just makes me, you know, like the things that is wrong with me, I'm working on, you know, like that's no one else's problem to fix. That's mine. But like I said, it becomes beautiful over time with the right work. Definitely with the right work. I'm not perfect. No one's perfect. We are all imperfect, but we're perfect in our own way. We're perfect in our own shape and form, you know. Our pain makes us perfect. You know, like I'm talking to you. You're perfect. You know, it's hard for me to say I'm perfect, but I'm working on that. You know, like that's more of the that damn. Hold on. Wait, let me take some water real quick. Hold on. Make sure you guys got some water with you today and some tea, maybe some tea, you know. Sip on your tea while you're listening or while you're journaling, you know. Projecting things into myself, that revolves around self-love for me. Like, to look in the mirror and say, I love you. To look in the mirror and say, I'm beautiful. To look in the mirror and say, I try my best. To look in the mirror and call myself perfect in my own ways. Or say I'm not mad at you. You know, that just revolves around the self-love thing. And like I said, I'm still working on that. I don't mean to get deep here, but I hated myself for my entire life. And I recently stopped hating myself last year. So imagine dealing with all that hatred for, what, 19, 20 years, you know? And then finally letting go of that hatred. Do y'all know how crazy that feels? It's very weighing in a way. Cause like I wake up sometimes, I'm like, damn, I don't really hate myself for like what happened. Or for like what I've done, you know? It's just weird. If you've always lived with a feeling and then all of a sudden that feeling is just gone, it's a weird change. It's hard adapting to that change, you know? So that's what I'm going through to this day. Like, I don't tell myself, oh, I hate you. I wish you were this. Oh, I wish I was this. I wish I was, you know, I don't do that no more. I don't. I remember I used to say that kind of stuff every single day at school and in real life. Like, just say it on my normal days to remind myself, like, I hate you. And looking back at all of that, I was just like, damn, why was I so cruel to a girl that was misguided, misled? Like, I hated myself for things that wasn't even my fault, you know? Things that had nothing to do with me. But instead of me taking it out on a person, I took it out on myself in many ways. Verbally, physically. Like, I was an angry child, but I had a lot built up, and it released when I was a teenager. And it's a lot, bro. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. But here I am today, trying to heal that inner child in me. Give her love in a way first. Heal that inner teen in me. Keep her protected. Keep that anger from releasing. And also trying to build this new life for adult me. So I have 3 different responsibilities as I go through this thing called life. 3 different ones. And so far it has become a regular routine of me journaling every day or every other day. Like, I'll just be having a conversation with someone, and while they're talking, I'll just be, you know, I'm not writing down what they're saying. I'm writing down what the back of my mind is saying. You know, like, I am an artist outside of this work and, you know, my friends and all of that. I've always expressed myself through my art. I don't know if you can see back there, but I will show you guys one day, like, my art wall and all of that. Maybe, I don't know, I'm not sure. But like I said, I express myself through my art, and my art keeps me alive. It keeps things less noisy. You know, like, even if I'm just writing it down, writing about how I'm feeling, or drawing how I'm feeling, or tattooing, or doing some graphic art on my tablet, or just playing a game with my friends. Either way, I'm expressing myself through my art. Or even if I'm creating something and I'm giving it to someone, or if I'm molding something together, you know, I want to eventually get into like pottery and, you know, making things out of clay and painting and all of that. I want to get into sculpting, all of that. But, you know, that's for another video. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is that no matter what I'm doing, I'm creating. So it's a natural thing for me. I'm gonna be yawning a lot throughout this video. I am currently trying to change my sleep schedule. I am so used to staying up all night and then sleeping all day because I have insomnia. But I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to force myself into a new routine, and it is hard. Your girl is trying to live longer, you know what I'm saying? It's hard, man. I've had insomnia since I was a little kid. I started journaling at the age of 15. I wrote stories though, like I'll cut out a paper, fold that paper. No, I'll fold the paper first, right? And then I'll cut it and then make it into like a little book. I'll staple the ends and all of that. I'll make like pages. It was a little creative thing I used to do as a kid. And I'll write stories about love, something I never had. I would write stories about how it is being bullied, or like stuff like that. But then I would always eventually throw it away because I was so used to my art being bashed by my family, or like just something I created. Like it was never praised, so that made my confidence go out the window. Like it made it just out, just like that. So I always threw away my stuff, and I felt like no one would ever be interested in what I was creating or just writing, So, but yeah, like I said, I started journaling when I was 15. I started counseling after my mom passed. My grandma wanted me to take a counseling class because I was in a bad spot. I was battling addiction and battling all kinds of things, all kinds of stuff. My family didn't know about the whole addiction thing, but yeah. Anyways, the counselor, she wanted me to work into journaling. If I yawn one more time, I swear to God, I'm gonna have to cut out all of these yawns. Yeah, so at first it was not easy. I could not get my thoughts together in my head. Everything was blank. Everything was too much. Because, after you lose someone, especially someone that important, and also dealing with hatred, it is a lot on the mind. It is a lot. So we eased up to that point. She told me to write a page a week. And then at the end of the week, we'll read it over together. And eventually that grew into me writing every day, and we read at the end of the week together. But I got too comfortable. I got too comfortable with my brain and felt like it was okay. I felt like it was okay to be honest. So that's what I did. I started writing about things I shouldn't write in there. Things I wanted to do to myself and the pain I wanted to inflict on myself. And my counselor ended up saying, you need group therapy. You need to go to a therapist. We have to contact a therapist. Because I started coming to those sessions with that pain infliction. And she would see it, and our conversations got weird, and it made me uncomfortable because I didn't want to get bashed for what I was doing. I felt like I deserved it, you know what I'm saying? So, that made me push away from counseling, any professional help. And ever since then, I've never went to a therapist, a counselor, or someone in that job category, or whatever you want to call it. But the good thing about those sessions is that it helped me journal. I kept something with me like almost every single day. I didn't write every day, but I eventually worked up to that point. I was trying. I used to rip out the pages and stuff because I didn't want to remember certain things. I thought of that as me discarding something from my brain and throwing it away, so I'll never remember it, So, but I would say 2020, that's when I wrote the most. During the, the big C. 2021, I didn't really write that much about that year. I wanted to forget that year. That whole year, bro. that whole year was just horrible. I don't want to talk about that. That's when I had the like the weave-in, started my life journey and all of that. Went to, Atlanta and Chicago and stuff. But that was the worst time of my teen years. Well, the second worst time of my teen years. I would say the time that I started being more serious about journaling was 22. I started to invest in buying journals, every year. Like, I'll write through one journal the entire year, pick my days randomly. And if I don't finish the journal, I don't finish it. But 22 was the first journal I actually finished, and I cannot find that journal. I don't know where it's at, but I met like a couple of the best people, bro. Did I even say that right? All right. I met a lot of great people that year. People that are still in my life to this day, and I'm grateful for you. They are my best friends. Yeah, they also, what's the word I'm looking for? They gave me that push in a way, like to be better. I seen how they dealt with stuff, and it motivated me in a way, and that's when I went sober, I believe. Just went down my own path, all of that. That was before I met them, but after I went sober, that's when I met them, and everything just lined up together so perfectly, But back to journaling. 23, also a crazy year, which was last year. Journaling was a consistent thing. I don't know where that journal went either. I think it's in my drawer. It could be in my drawer. I'm not sure. But I never finished that journal because I couldn't get myself to complete it. Where I left off was a very hard time. Like, I was going through a hard time, and I couldn't get myself to act like everything was cool. Because, I was behind a couple of entries, and I was trying to keep a consistent flow. And I couldn't write about those old entries because that time period was no longer me. I couldn't write something good about something bad that just happened, if that makes sense. I just couldn't do it. I was going through a breakup, and it was really hard for me to even get my thoughts together. So now we're up to, damn, hold on, wait. Now we're up to the time where I just, everything just clicked. After I experienced that breakup, I took time to myself. I sat in my room for a week. Now, if y'all understand, the people that are watching this, if you understand depression, you will understand this. Or just like anything, or even after a breakup. Y'all seen Twilight. Y'all seen how Edward had Bella. Y'all seen that. She was in that room sitting there and the fucking camera going around like this. And she's like that. Bam. You don't know what was going on in her head. So imagine that, right? Come on, body. Let me start over. I didn't eat for a week. I didn't shower for a week. I didn't talk to my friends. I didn't journal. I barely slept. It felt like I was dying in a way. It felt like my physical body was dying, but my soul was trying to, snap me out of it in a way. But I couldn't. Like, I was very traumatized in a way. It wasn't just because of the breakup. I remember when I said everything kind of just piled on top of me. Basically, that happened. Because I used to be in this one era of obsession. Like, I used to be in this era of, not this era, but I used to be in a routine of always having someone around, romantically or something. Like, I needed somebody around. And when you separate from somebody, or if that person's no longer in your life and you move on to the next, like, real quick, you're not giving yourself room to heal at all. And I didn't realize that back then. I thought I was doing everything the normal way, the normal Gen Z way, the normal way. I have never been taught how to love. I had to teach myself. I went by what I saw, what I what I seen people doing, and I thought that was normal. And since it brought me so much comfort, I'm like, yeah, this is normal. This is cool. You know, no one really told me like I was doing something wrong, like by constantly having someone around. That's not me being, you know, a hoe or nothing. I always made sure that that person was completely gone, and then I'll move on to the next. But it would just happen. I wasn't seeking for somebody, but someone would just come onto my path, and I'd be like, oh yeah, you're cool. You know, don't do that. When that routine kept going, I didn't give myself time to heal at all. And when I did that, and I went through that breakup, all of it hit me. Everything. Everything. Every single heartbreak, everything I've been through, all the pain, all the people I've lost, the things that I've seen, everything hit me within that week. And I spent that entire week thinking, trying to keep myself sane, trying to keep myself from relapsing, trying to keep myself from ending it, you know, ending my story. And that was what? September? Wait. Yeah, that was September, the first week of September, I think. I just couldn't, I didn't feel that warmth no more. I didn't feel my heartbeat no more. I didn't feel anything. I just shut down, you know. Y'all know what that's like. I'm pretty sure some of y'all know what that's like. So I eventually snapped out of it, maybe in October, I believe. I'm not sure. But I used a time period of that month to reach out to the people that I crossed paths with to understand why we ended, to understand what I did or what they did so I could try to better myself. Not try to, like, affect their healing stage or, you know, get in the way of them or try to win them back. That was just me trying to understand everything. And I'm pretty sure I made everything clear. Wasn't looking for nothing, but I wanted to understand the past me, because past me made a lot of random decisions, you know, off the dome. Like, just didn't even think about it. But yeah, once I did that, I worked on those parts of myself that I felt needed healing. Like, silently, I was working on it. I didn't get that serious until December. Maybe the end of December, like towards the end of the year, you know, I was working with my brother, and not working, but like we were like trying to better ourselves at the same time. And we started to develop a routine around January. And ever since then, bro, I have been consistent. So what I'm trying to say here is that healing is a long process. It's not something that happens instantly. A routine is a long process. I'm still trying to adapt to this routine, you know? But creating is a natural thing for me, so it's easier for me to journal. For others, it may be different, but I'm also used to not verbalizing myself and speaking up. I have that inner wound too, don't worry. I have that as well. I had to fix that. I was told in the past that I was bad at communicating, so I took years to fix that. I was told that I'm on mute too much, I don't talk that much, or I talk too much. I worked on that too, over the years. I wasn't expressive, wasn't vulnerable. I was just like a robot. I seen that, so I wanted to change that. So y'all see what I'm saying? If a person notices something and then you also notice it as well. Can I fucking talk, bro? You notice it as well. Work on it. No matter how long it takes you, like, just take your time and ease up to better yourself. You don't have to push yourself out in the open like that quick. Just take your time. You know, just relax. I'm not happy, I don't know why I was about to say current, but I'm not happy. There are moments where I feel joy. Yes, there are moments that I feel joy or excitement, anger, sadness, grief, but I'm not happy. I know that I am where I need to be right now. I used to go by this saying of saying, one day I'll be happy. And I caught myself saying that last night, I believe. I said, one day I'll be happy. But then I looked at it, I'm like, I shouldn't be saying things like that. Why can't I be happy right now? I should have changed that to, I'm not happy at the moment, but I will be. I desire to have happiness. I desire to feel peace with myself. I'm trying to change my words around, change the spells that I tell myself. Your word is your spell. Someone else's word is their spell. If someone tells you something over and over again over the years, they are putting a spell over you. They're putting a spell on you, good or bad. If someone calls you ugly, they say, you're ugly, right? And you have heard that multiple times. They're putting a spell on you. They're making you believe that. When in reality, you're not. They're projecting how they feel about themselves. People's words are their projections. You get what I'm saying? Also their spells, like I was also saying. This healing era is very difficult, but I am trying. I am trying. It has been hard to balance YouTube and balance my regular life and balance my art career and balance everything, because I am in this stage of creation. I want to create everything. I want to do everything. I want to have a farm. I want to move out of the country. I want to live off the grid. I want to live the RV life. I want to make my friends proud, which they already are proud of me, because I have decided to make a change. They have seen me from down here go up here over time. They have seen me get back up from things that people can't get back up from. That's what makes them proud for me, or proud of me. But there are many things I want to do. Like I said, like, I want to build, but I can't do that where I'm at the moment. But I know I'll eventually be there. I know I will eventually see the world. Just that time hasn't caught up yet. But there's so much out there. I know a lot of us are suffering in the homes that we are in, but one day you will be out that door and you will not come back. You will not come back. It's up to you to change that, man. Up to you. I will be going one day away from here. Like, that's where I want to be, man. Like, not here. I am not a big fan of the city. I used to be a fan of the city. I used to love materialistic things and Nike and Jordans and all of that. Nikes are cool. You know, shoes are cool. But I'm not spending $1,000 on shoes or on clothes, or spending more than $150 on a shirt. I thrift. I thrift, bro. Like, my whole everything has changed. Y'all remember when I used to wear weave and all that stuff? I used to love, like, looking fancy, you know, looking all, not fancy, but just looking like a walk-in materialistic thing. I don't know. But I eventually grew out of it. You know, it was my style, but like, my whole view on things has changed a lot. And I'm grateful for the mind that I have now, for the way I carry myself now. I don't have anything else to say, so I'm gonna try to edit this video and get it out for you guys. Or I might just keep it for myself. I don't know. But just know that future you is proud of current you. You are helping future you become a better person, helping current you become a better person. Either way, someone will be proud of you with your progression if you put in effort for it. If you discipline yourself, keep yourself in a routine, or just keep yourself at a pace. Either way, I am proud of you. I love you. I know that you are trying. That's all that matters. That's all you can do. Either way, you will get what you desire. You are already where you need to be. You will reach your higher self. All of that. Not everything has to revolve around spirituality and stuff, but this is just how I talk. Because I desire to meet my higher self. Maybe I'm saying that wrong, but I know there is a higher Naya, a higher Kai than this version of me now. I can feel her. I've seen her. And I'll be there. I'll definitely be there. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you all coming in to listen to me talk, or use me as background noise, or use me as motivation for your journal prompts. Either way, I'm just grateful that you were here. Can't promise you when the next upload date will be. You'll just know when you know. You'll see it when you see it at this point. But yeah, I love you all, and I hope you all have been well, taking care of yourself, drinking water, the right water, or water that makes you feel good, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I want to keep trying, and if I fall, I'll just get back up. Regardless. Regardless. But yeah, man, I will see you on the next one, man. Peace.